ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai movie monster series Gamera Rebirth, Gyaos and Jiger. Jiger, whatever the f. So up first, let's take a look at these tags because they're boring as shit. I don't mean to be so forward about it, but it's true. We just have Gamera Rebirth, the logo, and then red. Got the Gamera Rebirth teaser photo on the back, bunch of stuff on the inside, plus a silhouette of Gyaos. Kaiju name pronunciations be damned. He's protected. Unfortunately, we're gonna get the same thing with G.G. Allen over here, just purple, same amount of blah, 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 blah. Wow. Jiger didn't even get a silhouette on the inside. Racism, Bandai. Racism. Tags all sorts of messed up, so hopefully this top loader can straighten it out a bit. So first, let's take a look at Gyaos. There will be zero paint on the underside of the figure, but sweet Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, look at all of this friggin' detail on the wings. I've never seen a more powerful or roided out looking vinyl wing in my life. And that says a lot, considering my line of work. The bumpy and textured underside with bones and stuff protruding, moving into the crotch, legs, and unpainted friggin' claws. Yeah, I'm a little bummed about it, but the detail is sublime, yes. Yeah, no matter the angle, there's no paint. Just letting y'all know. And here's the bottom of the tail, and that's pretty much it for the underside of the figure, and I'm going to say this right now. Solid star in terms of detail. Easily. Taking a look at Gyaos' head over here, oh my god, this is the pure antithesis of everything that is Gyaos. Just bony and freaky and bug-eyed and black teeth. I just dig the overall look of this Gyaos. I love the black teeth. I love the grape-looking yogurt on the inside of the mouth. I love the red eyes and the black pupils. The pupil on the other side is a little fucked up, but honestly, it kind of just works for something as insane-looking as Gyaos. Especially in terms of Heisei Gyaos. That motherfucker was just... oh god. On the inside of the mouth, we get some premium looking details. And from a front-on view, I think Gyaos looks pretty good, even with the wonky eyes. That just seems totally in character for it, you know? God, the amount of detail on the inside of this mouth is nuts. Kinda looks like a fucking vagina. Not too much detail going on the roof of the mouth, though. Honestly, with what we get at the center of the throat, this is perfectly fine. Moving to the top of the head over here. Yeah, I'm really digging these purple streaks. Purple and hot dog looking red definitely wasn't what I was expecting for a new Gyaos design, but this totally works. And the detail is just lovely. Now, as we look further down, we can see that the spikes on Gyaos' back and neck over here are going to be purple, and that is going to follow through all the way to the tip of the tail. Holy fucking shit! Someone call my dad. Don't bother, he's dead. We finally have a fully painted tail. And it's on a Gamera figure, no fucking less. I wish we could see more of that more often. This is just magnificent. I love how this looks. And the details on these little spiny nubs and everything, they're just so nice. And speaking of which, now let's take a look at Gyaos' feet over here. Ironically enough, the bottom of the claws will be painted, which makes sense since we're going to be viewing the figure from, I mean, mostly this angle. But good heavens, the amount of detail on the bottom of these feet, and why does it look like Gyaos has orifices on the heels of its feet? They kind of look like ears. And vaginas. Premium stuff here, and we've got some basic looking musculature looking details for the legs up here, and basically you've seen it all already. But man, there is a lot of detail. Now we gotta move on over into the wings, which are actually going to be sporting some different colors. This very brownish orange is going to be along the edges over here, and the little, whatever the scientific name is for these, I'm just gonna call them claws, are going to be painted just like the claws on Gyaos' feet. Very, very nice! Honestly, this figure doesn't have a lot of paint, but all of the paint it does have, coupled with the details and such, it really does just kinda work. Lord help me if they do an SH Monster Arts Gamera Rebirth Gyaos figure. I might actually have to cop. But just to follow through with one more drive-by look at all of the underside detail and the top sides paint, guys, gals, pals, I'm gonna be real. I really do wish every movie monster series figure could be like this. It's like, could this thing have more paint on it? Abso-friggin-lutely. But with what we get on the backside alone, I'm happy. So I'm gonna say 2 solid stars. Paint and detail. Now let's move on over into articulation. I spy a seam at the neck. That must mean, yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing at the neck. Nothing at the arms, nothing at the torso, and surprisingly enough, nothing at the tail. So basically, Rebirth Gyaos over here just looks nice. It's really not going to have too much else going for it. 0 stars for articulation because it's non-existent. Now let's take a look at Jiger, or Jiger. I'm just gonna say Jayker. Sweet mother northern nonsense, look at this. Oh, Jesus. Yep, that hits just as much as I thought it would when looking at those promos for the first time. Loving the metallic blue on purple with this figure. But it's really the detail that is going to be taking center stage with Jayker over here. She looks fantastic, she really do. I do wish, however, the tip of Jiger's tail, fuck. I wish this was metallic blue as well. That would have really pulled it all together. But look at that detail! Holy son of a mother of a yes. The tail's detail is sublime, both on the top and sides. Hell, even on the bottom as well. Good stuff. Holy sweet Mother Mary Josephine, the hind legs claws are going to be painted? Wow. Gamera does what Godz don't. And look at the detail on the bottom of these feet too. Great stuff. And now we gotta talk about the belly. I don't quite remember if this was exactly visible when we first saw the promos and the in-hands of this thing, but I wasn't expecting this. When I pulled this gal out of the box, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But look at that. Nice. I'm digging it. And since Jiger is rather famous for impregnating Gamera, I believe, maybe this is a bit of a hint as to what Jiger is going to be up to throughout Gamera Rebirth, or at least its episode. Don't worry, kids, we're getting to it, I promise, but the details! My God! Just some really nice looking stuff from Bandai. Just when I think I could be nothing but upset with what they do, they pull me back in with a release like this in terms of detail. And yes, even paint. I mean, look at all this stuff that's going on here. This is, I mean, that neck! What the fuck? It looks like it has a face! I like it. Speaking of which, let's take a look at Homegirl's head. It reminds me so much of the Alien Queen from Aliens. It has that vibe, and oh my God, the detail alone is fantastic. But now let's take a closer look at the face. I mean, we've got piercing red eyes, black pupils, metallic blue paint for all of the horns. This is such a cool colorization for Bandai to tackle. And looking at the trailer, I guess we can safely assume that not gonna look like this in the anime, but do I care? No. God, just a grisly kaiju doggo going on here, man. Oh, this is very much one of those figures where you really don't know where to look first because your eye is just drawn to a little bit of everything, and I think most of that has to deal with its very odd color scheme. Or the fact that all the horns and appendages are going to be shiny. Yes, look at that detail. Sweet Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I used that one recently, didn't I? I don't give a shit. And yes, even Jiger's teeth are going to be painted. Maybe a bit on the haphazard side, just to get it done. But not bad in the grand scheme of things. Fuck it. Going in. I need to show everybody. Yep, look at that. Just lovely. Ooh, some details on the roof of the mouth as well. And ayo, not for nothing, from a front-on view, this is quite horrifying, and I would not want this running at me at any time of the fucking day. God, I love this so freaking much. Bandai, you sick bastards. Let's just do a quick little flyby to capture some more details. I mean, there's quite a lot to capture. And for a monster that's been so improperly represented in vinyl format like Jiger, yeah, this is very much a welcoming release. I just so wish that the ovipositor over here was metallic blue. But most importantly, I am not looking at this figure wishing it had more paint, because for everything that it offers, both on the top and on the bottom side of the figure, I like it. I like it a lot. Like a hell of a lot. So Jiger is going to get 2 solid stars in terms of paint and detail. I really couldn't be happier with this release. But thankfully, what Gyaos couldn't, Jiger does. So obviously we're not going to get anything at the head because the head is just like super infused to the torso. We're not going to get anything at these armses over here. But we will get full rotation at the hind legs. Yeah, on both sides. And much to my surprise, the tail will also be articulated. And, little warning to people out there. You might hear a bit of a snap when you first move this. Mine was very much solid, but it seems like it was always intended to articulate in some way, shape, or form. So, do not be afraid. This is supposed to move 100%. 3 solid stars for the lot of these. I mean, I was kind of leaning towards Gyaos being my favorite of the two, but the more I look at Jiger, it's rough. It's hard. I can't pick which I like the most, but 3 solid stars for each. Let's move on over into size comparisons. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of Gamera stuff in comparison, maybe a little bit of Godzilla towards the end. These figures honestly aren't half bad, and yeah, they definitely could have used more paint, as most Movie Monster series releases could these days, but the overtly colorful nature of them, the fantastic levels of detail, and just enough paint kind of leave me feeling rather satisfied with these. I can only hope that the rest of the monsters in this little subline in the Movie Monster series will get the exact same amount of love, attention to detail, and paint. And judging by some of the fucking silhouettes that we've seen of this lovely cast, oh man, I can only imagine. And now, just for funsies, here is Gamera with Jiger, and I doubt the scaling is going to be anything like this, but I think it might actually be pretty close based on what we saw in the trailer. And then here's Gyaos over here. Yeah, I don't know, but these 3 just look so nice together, both in terms of size and in terms of the colorations as well. Good on you, Bandai. As far as my standards go, I would definitely call both of these figures wins. That and these 2 colorful beasts as compared to that of Gamera, which is a little on the bland side. I mean, the contrast between the 3 is amazing. And all I can say with that is I'm just so excited to see what the rest of the Kaiju are going to look like, both in the show and in figure format. So I'm here for it. I mean, I was here for it from the very beginning, so here we are. Anyway, I have been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you all enjoyed this double review. Come back again around the same time tomorrow, and we will be talking about the retro color Jet Jaguar figure. It's not here right now, but it's currently out for delivery, so yeah. And then whenever Mothra shows up, we'll take a look at that and be very upset. Or something. I don't know. Social media, Patreon, $1 a month, access to everything. Or vibrant vinyl monsters, Bandai. Please. Peace.